So बिल्ली वाली कौन थी, वो बिल्ली वाली कौन थी? More than 1 lakh people might have seen through my telescope by now. Fascination that was visible in their eyes was satisfying me like anything. If your return is good, that means you are a baniya. If your return is not good, then you are a scientist.
Hello and welcome to this very special conversation about space awareness, and about the excitement about science. And I have with me a very special guest, someone who is very deeply invested into the areas of space exploration, science. And there is something more special about what he does. We will learn that as we talk with him. So I have with me Mr. Tanmay Vyas from Ahmedabad.
Namaste.
So to give you a short introduction, Mr. Vyas is has been teaching astronomy, has been teaching about space to people of all ages. He has taught students as young as class one. He has taught teachers about on creating training courses about how to teach science, how to create the spark for science. He has taught at higher level at CEPT University. At university level, he used to teach an elective, and he runs a beautiful page which is called Tanmay's Amazing Space. I'm going to put the link to his page in the description of this video, so you should go there. He has recently also started a very good YouTube channel by, I think, the same name, if I'm right.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to put the link to that YouTube channel also, and that place is going to be your go-to place to learn everything about what is happening in the field of astronomy on a daily basis. So thank you so much, Tanmay sir, for doing this, and welcome to this conversation.
My pleasure. It's really pleasure to talk to someone who is also into the same field, and interviewing me. That very interesting, because many a times many interviews are given to multiple channels and radio talks and all, but they are so novice to the subject, so it's too difficult for them to get a certain questions to ask sometimes. So I have to give them certain questions that you can ask me these questions, so that I can remain in this subject. But
Yeah,
it's good to talk to you.
thank you so much. So to begin with, and this is a question I think that a lot of people have asked almost everyone who's interested in space and astronomy and science. What is it that excites you about space and astronomy?
How sweet. Multiple times at different age, as you grow, you have a different meaning of astronomy for your own life. Started with my first incidents with astronomy. Let me take you back to my early age when I was in ninth standard. And somehow those were the days when I'm talking about 1981. That time it was just a black and white television that was available in Gujarat as well, whole India. So a book fair was there at a nearby place in one of the hotels, and I happened to visit there with some $100 in my pocket. In those days, $100 was an amount like carrying 10,000 rupees today for a book. It was like that. So I went there and just flipped number of books. I being into Gujarati medium throughout, it was my ninth standard only, so it was all Latin to me. Even English was Latin to me that time. So I just flipped number of pages, and one of the book was showing a picture of Saturn, and that just gave me, wow, it's a beautiful thing. It seems like, and there was astronomy written, but I was not knowing what is the meaning of astronomy. But just I flipped the pages, and there were number of colorful pictures. So I thought it's good. Let me buy this, and that was $75 in those days. It was a costly affair, but I just bought it. Today also I have that. But when I came home, I just continued flipping my pages only, nothing else. So there was one chap who was just living across my house. I said, यार देख तो ये क्या लिखा है? बोले यार पढ़ना नहीं आता है तो लिया क्यों है? मैंने बोला यार you tell me no. So he said this is astronomy. I said what is the meaning of astronomy? बोले यार तू यार बहुत बोर है यार, वो सब ऊपर वाली बात है, तेरे को नहीं समझ आएगा. मैंने बोला ठीक है, पर कैसे पढ़ा जाए वो तो बता. तो बोले डिक्शनरी यूज करने का. मैंने बोला वो क्या होता है, व्हाट्स डिक्शनरी? So he showed me a dictionary where the words have been translated, and then I came to know कि English से Gujarati होता है. For one whole year, I translated that whole bloody book in Gujarati. The first love of my astronomy, and I came to know that astronomy is something way beyond our imagination. It's fascinating, and so I entered into it. So that was 1981, 82 year I'm talking. Then by I think 10 years, I came to know so much in astronomy through reading only, because there was no internet or no other computer modes were available those days. But that took me to a different level where practical astronomy is more important. So along with reading only, we started observation and all. So that took us little deeper inside the fathom of the universe. After 10 years, I bought my first telescope and I started peeping through. And another level, 2009 was International Year of Astronomy. Again, a leap into that, because out of 365 days, more than 189 days, I roamed around in different municipal schools, to different old age homes, to orphanage, to police stadiums, and to disabled people, deaf and mute, blind people, all such different walks of people. More than 1 lakh people might have seen through my telescope by now. And
Beautiful.
the the fascination that was visible in their eyes was satisfying me like anything, because those were the people who actually gave me the happiness of the subject that was given by virtue of, I don't know whether by choice or by virtue of by nature. But to me, astronomy is humbleness. To me, astronomy is something where you come to know that you are nothing. If the word pale blue dot is something that can give us understanding that the earth is just a small speck somewhere in the space, then 8 billion people living on that small blue dot, you can imagine what fight you and me can do. So
Right.
that's the
Yeah,
meaning.
it's an amazing journey, and as Carl Sagan said, every hero, every villain, every king,
Absolutely,
every
absolutely.
tyrant, everyone who thinks of himself as a huge entity lives on this tiny speck of dust.
So those 5 minutes of Carl Sagan can change your whole life.
Yes, yes, the pale blue dot.
Yep.
So here, when you talked about translating this book, that first book that you saw
Yes.
from English to Gujarati, so at that time you were not very fluent with English. Your education was not in English.
I never studied in English. Throughout my college, also I was in Gujarati medium. So whatever broken English that I can speak today is only the gift of astronomy.
So this is where I come to what is so special about your work and what fascinated me. Tanmay talks about astronomy in Gujarati, and this is he has pioneered this. He has brought astronomy to the people on the digital space as well as to different parts of the city and to the different parts of the country in their native tongue. And this is very important because astronomy, like a lot of our sciences, which are very fascinating, but they are stuck within the net of English,
Absolutely.
and because of this they are not able to reach. So tell me something about taking astronomy. So you started from Gujarati, then you translated astronomy book into English, and now you are translating astronomy for all of us back into Gujarati.
Absolutely.
So tell me
Absolutely.
about this motivation.
Yes, Fahad. Actually, frankly speaking, I was always, cursing myself for not studying in English. When I used to translate every page, there were more than a couple of words which were too difficult for me to understand. That what is this? What is this? What is this? And then while talking to other people, because they were never on my page, nobody was talking to me for astronomy, and they all felt that I am not someone who is from probably uh, their mentality and their wavelength. It was not matching at all. So I had to translate everything into Gujarati for them to understand what I'm studying or what I'm mad after. And that gave me the spark that yes, it's the Gujarati that can give some more insight into the subject, being vernacular language, being a mother tongue here. If they will understand something in Gujarati, then they would be fascinated to this subject, and then they would like to read, they would like to hear something about it, or even some of the movies. Sometimes let us just I'll give you one example of, say, Interstellar. Now, Interstellar movie, when I might have shown here with number of pauses. I used to translate the whole movie in Gujarati. So for 15-20 minutes the movie runs, then I make them understand, okay, what is this, what is this, what is this, and then they are, oh wow, oh अच्छा ऐसा है क्या, wow, oh wow, बहुत सरस, अच्छा આવી વાતચીત છે. So this is something that and as I said, that during my international year of astronomy, when I went to all these places and municipal schools and all these old age people, how would they come to know anything in English? It was too difficult, and so I developed two films in Gujarati in those years. One is 16 minute and another is 18 minute, where there are slides which changes, and there is my voiceover VO which just explain what it is, and it it really touched everyone's heart, and that gave me more satisfaction that yes, we are missing the language barrier. And so I
Right.
started more promotion in Gujarati. Whenever I used to start in Gujarati, and I have written a few poems also in Gujarati, that on astronomy. That also is I have published on my first video of YouTube. But I use more funnier way of teaching astronomy in Gujarati. શું વાત કરો છો? Then people are, wow,
Tan.
અટંગ ગયા. So if the science is taught the way the science teacher has taught us in school, nobody is going to listen to you. If it is in your language, and if it is little funnier, if it is little with wit, then there is something that can penetrate. Then only people will listen to you. I don't know, somehow the face is now been recognized at many places in such a way. Acha, oh, okay, આપલા પેલા તારા બતાવે છે ને. So it gives you some satisfaction. कि, okay, if not astronomers, then at least astronomy lovers. Then this is my motive of starting this YouTube channel, or the number of during my lockdown, Fahad, I have around 170 live shows in Gujarati
I,
during this.
I I've been to a lot of those
Yeah,
in the evening.
I started in the month of April 4th or 5th, I believe, and by November there were more than 170 live shows that I completed. Be it a comet, be it eclipse, be it meteor shower, or anything. But people were loving my Gujarati, my way of talking, because I never had a fear of talking in front of any camera since beginning, probably. So there was no such ki I have to get ready, and I have to repeat some dialogues or nothing. I don't have any course of my own. Even I was very humbled when SEPT University asked me, okay, prepare your course and give us. I said, what course? I'll speak if that is the course. They said, no, 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 no. We have to have a course, and so you have to have 32 hours of teaching, and so 16. I said, please don't do all these. They said, no, you have to take exam, you have to, pass people, you have to fail people. I said, this is tough job. This is something where you have to enjoy, and so I believe that astronomy should be enjoyed first. Then you can take that as a serious hobby or a career or something.
Hmm. So coming to that, and coming to the the very exciting ways in which you talk about, and so the reason that I had been wanting to do this conversation for some time, ever since I've following, but recently a special event happened in the journey of humans exploration of space, and so my first question to you is, वो बिंदी वाली कौन थी?
तो बिंदी वाली कौन थी, वो बिंदी वाली कौन थी, पर्सनल से ज्यादा तो वो बिंदी वाली दिखती थी.
बिंदी वाली कौन थी वो बिंदी वाली कौन थी बिंदी वाली कौन थी वो बिंदी वाली कौन थी
पर्जनल से ज्यादा तो वो बिंदी वाली दिखती थी, पर्जनल से ज्यादा.
Right.
It was funny, and people are still watching that video. So it was
Yes, yes.
with my octapad. I played that, and
Yeah.
I love music. So Bindiwali के कारण मतलब Indian gave me one more reason to popularize my astronomy in Hindi. तो डॉक्टर स्वाति मोहन जी, जिन्होंने रियली बहुत ही टाइम कीपर के तौर पे she also worked in Cassini, where I was ambassador for Cassini for JPL for a couple of
Oh,
years. They sent across a multitude of material to distribute to number of schools. So from 2004 to 2014, I did so. Number of schools I used to give Saturns, bookmarks, Saturns, pictures, and all those things because they wanted to promote Cassini mission. So that time also, Swati Mohan was part of that mission, and even during the Grail mission on the moon, she was there. And this time, she was a face for perseverance, which is one of the most challenging thing. Not because of the 7 minutes of terror or because of the landing, because this whole thing was absolutely repetition of the curiosity. There was no such excitement,
right.
but the experiment that it is going to take up now, that would be of a biological aspect or the geological aspect or the environmental aspect of the Mars, that is going to change the whole scenario now.
So just to tell everyone who has not seen the really nice videos that Tanmay sir has put out about this new event, the event was the landing of Perseverance rover on the Martian surface, and the rover was not alone. There was another little instrument, vehicle that it took, and Mr. Vyasa is going to tell us more about why perseverance is important, where it
Yeah.
stands in the lineage of many rovers that humans have sent to Mars, and what was the surprise that perseverance was carrying in its belly.
Wow. So, a small history about starting from 1997 when the first rover that was deployed out there was a Pathfinder Sojourner. So that was just a small baby of which could only go up to 100 meters. Then in 2003, the Spirit and Opportunity sent, and in 2012, the Curiosity was sent. Curiosity is still working, and it is successfully working like more than probably 24 kilometer. It has already covered, which is nearly half that of a of that of a opportunity. But this one, the perseverance, is something which is going to have the biological aspect that is buried inside Jezero crater, that is to be digged out. Now, the probable microbial life can be found out there, and I'm more sure that there would be definitely some fossilization of those life, because there are delta, there are aerial pictures that shows that there was a delta out there from the Jezero so-called lake once, now only the crater. So there can be a biosignal that can be found there. Number one. Number two, the belly of Perseverance is carrying a small helicopter. Now that
Hmm.
helicopter, many must be thinking कि यार ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी हम लोग वो छोटा सा उड़ा लेते हैं तो उसमें कोई हर्ज नहीं है. But it is not that. It's always the challenge of science कि see, to to move the rotor in this thick atmosphere is different, and moving a rotor out there with 1/100th that of the density of the atmosphere out there in Mars, it was a challenging task. So they had two different rotors orbiting reverse of each other to get the absolute pressure created mechanically by 2400 rpm. So that is so much than the rpm that we have here in
Yes,
helicopter.
yes.
So So that is going to be one of the most challenging thing that it is going to perform, but yet the time has not come. So this Ingenuity, the name of that helicopter
Right.
is Ingenuity, and that's approximately 1.8 kg out there on Mars. So it has a lifespan of 31 days, starting from once it is been separated from the belly of the Perseverance. So that is going to perform something out there. Now, more serious talk is it is carrying some 43 different metal tubes. Out of these 43, there would be either 37 or 38 different sampling it is going to take place, that of the surface and subsurface region, by making a small drill and a hole it is going to carry. And then the challenge comes now, it is going to place it at a specific places. European Space Agency's one more challenging mission is going to go there. It is going to pick up those vessels. And then the third aspect, in 2024 probably, it is going to carry it back to Earth. This is phenomenal.
Right.
It is something where the first step. It is the first step for the liftoff, first step for something which can go exactly to the same place where something already is landed. And a small tubes, can you imagine, I'm just talking about 6 inches, and that is going to be
Like test tubes that we use in chemistry
absolutely
labs.
different, but that's only in a metal now. What you
Right.
are using is a glass one, and this one is a
Yes.
metal. So this is something different. And one more thing that it is going to do through one of the instrument or payload is called MOXIE. So MOXIE is going to convert carbon dioxide through electric current, passing it and making oxygen.
So
If
this is Maxi is a component on the Perseverance rover.
on the Perseverance. So there are number of things, number of camera, number of instrument like laser analyzer. Then there is a Raman spectrum. Then there is this MOXIE. So MOXIE is one of the topmost, because if at all we are succeeded, the maximum conversion of carbon dioxide to oxygen would be 10 gram per hour from MOXIE. So if this is going to be successful, then it is a step forward for the human biosphere out there. Another one very important aspect it has taken is it has taken a small piece of astronaut's suit. So how the suit is bombarded, if at all, by the cosmic rays or by the solar radiation, because here the solar radiation is not so much penetrating because of the thick layers or different types of layers in our around our Earth, right? But there it is just a very thin layer of hundredth of density, that of Earth's atmosphere. So much of the radiation will be there. So what would be the effect of that radiation onto the small cloth piece that it has been taken up there, that we are probably going to design for Martian travel. So this is very important aspect, and I believe these are the things that has made Perseverance a real challenging and probably the final frontier. I would like to say, before the man landing on Mars, this would be the final frontier. Like it will give you
Right.
green chandi. Yeah, come.
Right. So there is so much that Perseverance is going to
Yeah,
cover. One, it is also going to look into the past of Mars, and
absolutely.
where, given the things that we know currently, we are pretty sure that there was life on Mars,
Yep.
and that life must have left some fossil records like it has left on Earth. And Perseverance is going to dig in, take the samples out, leave the test tubes on the Martian surface.
Yep.
Then a European Space Agency's craft is going to go, load them into a small rocket. Can we call it that rocket?
Yeah,
And
the
then
chamber to which it would be placing, and that chamber will be lifted off.
that chamber will be shot from the Martian surface. It will be caught by another spacecraft that
Yes.
is orbiting Mars and then sent back to Earth.
What a lovely
So,
thing.
and then it goes a step ahead and it is testing the Martian surface for the future of humans on Mars. So it is
Absolutely.
going to do experiments about how to generate oxygen and about the spacesuit.
Absolutely.
Uh, so whenever something like this happens, for example, ISRO sent Mangalyaan,
Yep.
uh, which was a very good experiment in how to create very affordable and cost-effective ways
Yep.
of
Yep.
space exploration. Similar, there was Voyager, which took advantage of gravitational slingshot
Yes.
and is now farthest object that we have ever sent.
Absolutely.
And unlike when we start a business, we do something called the cost benefit analysis,
Yep.
where we always say, okay, this is the amount I'm going to invest, this is the return I'm going to get.
Correct.
And if the return is more than investment, then I will do this business.
Very
If the
good.
return is
So
not more than
then,
experiment for
if
investment,
your
then I
return,
don't do the
if
business.
your return is good, that means you are a bania. If your return is not good, then you are a scientist.
Right, I was going to come to that. So this is a unique thing about space exploration
Yep.
that you cannot do a cost benefit analysis of this.
Not at all.
You are going like explorers, you are going into you have very slight idea of what is going to happen, but you are still going into the darkness of space, literal darkness of space.
Absolutely.
So whenever this happens, one of the arguments that many people grapple with, yes, that is that okay, this one costs whatever $3 billion, and this money could have been used to feed so many people on earth or
Very good.
make houses.
Very good.
So what I want you to talk about is also because you have talked to people who are not astronomers themselves.
Yep.
So, what is the benefit and why? What would you say to someone who says ki we could have invested this amount into doing this?
Yeah.
Why
True.
is it important for humans to invest and dedicate resources to space travel and space exploration?
So, Fahad, can you see behind you? There is a small dinosaur running behind you. Can you see a dinosaur?
A dinosaur? No. I
Ah,
have these. I have
no.
these little crafty elephants that are hanging with no
Oh
dinosaurs.
shit! I thought there are dinosaurs around you. Have
I
you
don't know.
seen
Maybe under
dinosaur?
my feet somewhere.
Have you seen dinosaur?
No,
Why can't you see dinosaurs?
because I am at a different point in time, and uh,
Exactly, exactly. So it's about talking about the different time, right? Dinosaur, I used to, use this word कि ડાયનોસોર 100 ફૂટિયા ના બચ્યા તો તમે 6 ફૂટિયા કઈ રીતે બચવાના છો?
can okay
Yeah,
for all
yeah,
the
yeah,
viewers,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you can do
yeah,
that
yeah,
in
yeah,
Hindi
yeah,
also,
yeah.
please.
Dinosaur 100 फૂટિયા means the one who were 100 feet long, they couldn't survive the impact of something that they couldn't stop because they were not scientists, they were not intelligent, they were not intellectual, they were ignorant about anything that was happening out there in the fathom of the universe or around them.
Right.
But bloody, you are human. Now you are in a society. Now you uplifted yourself as a scientist. Now you are uplifting yourself as an astronomer. And now you have telescopes and radars and all the technique. And if you are not going to use those technique to save the humanity, what the food you are going to human if a rock will come tomorrow morning and it is going to hit the earth and the whole humanity is vanished, whom you gonna feed? Do you think that you are written here Amar Patta नहीं नहीं हमको कुछ नहीं होने वाला जय बाबा गुरुदेव? Is that so? No. Science has different meanings. If you gonna search for a place which is a different, little far away from Earth, if you have enough of the study about the moon, then you can have a biosphere out there on moon. If something goes wrong on Earth tomorrow, now everybody would say, Abhi dekh liya sabne, now there are no rocks going to come. If you remember 1994, I still remember that day. 1994, 16th of July, Shoemaker Levy 9 was heading towards Earth. Had there not been the gravitational pull of the Jupiter, it must have hit the Earth. Jupiter pulled it towards it. It broke Shoemaker Levy 9 into 21 different pieces, Listen to this, 21 different species, and every piece made a hole on Jupiter's atmosphere that the size of Earth.
It was that powerful, such
Was
impact.
that powerful that every 21 pieces made a small hole on Jupiter that was as big as Earth. Had that been, on Earth,
If that collective thing without breaking
yes,
that.
without breaking, then today you must be taking my interview on Neptune, probably. We might have, taken birth on Neptune somewhere, or on Triton, or Titan, or Enceladus. My thing is, astronomy is not something where simply we are, spending billions of dollars to see whether there is any microbial life or there, whether there is any probability of water somewhere below the Europa. It's just to save the whole of humanity. It's not something where we are playing with money. It's not something where we are just, passing our time to see what was the past and what is probably the future of the whole universe. No. If you remember Dolly, the ship, you remember that Dolly ship? Uh, Cloning.
Cloning,
Why?
right?
Yeah.
The
Why?
sheep.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Why this cloning came into existence? Because previously we thought that if we travel somewhere out in space, then people would die at the age of 70, 80, or probably 90. Then who would run the ship? So there was a whole thing of cloning the same human being who were traveling. So, there were a number of petri dishes that they were trying to, prepare, that every 20 years, the same mentality person with, same intelligence and same identity can be created, and they can go up to Proxima Centaurus.
Hmm.
So all these different, suppose if you are making say dosa today morning, so how could you make that dosa? You made in a Teflon coated tawa. Now where is that Teflon came from? From astronomy. You are using roller pen. Where has it come from? From astronomy. You are using a beautiful sole jogging shoes. Where has it come from? From astronomy. So many things are gifts of astronomy. We can have one session on this, that what are the things that can be, part of astronomy, and they are now being used so, cheaply by us without noticing that where it has come from. So like that, the money is not spent to enjoy the night sky. Money is spent to utilize that for a better future of the whole human being, or even the whole of all the species. They have collected every species, such embryo and everything so ready that if at all you come to know that after 30 years Earth is going to die because of one heat that is going to come from this particular rock, then they can start traveling towards somewhere with all the things ready.
You're saying that right now humans are ready to do that. They have the preparation.
We cannot carry all 8 billion people,
Right.
right? But at least there are, certain things ready.
The species will survive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It may survive on Mars, or it may not survive on Venus, or it may, go somewhere in the cratered zone of the Mercury where there are no sunlight ever any time because it is not built tinted. So, what I mean is, it is not money spent, it is money invested. Use the money invested, not spent.
So, in a way, the returns are invaluable. They cannot be
Absolutely,
quantified.
absolutely, not
They are
quantifiable.
infinite.
Absolutely better.
So this is what you described about the frying pan and the shoes. This public professor of public understanding of science at Oxford, Richard Dawkins, he calls this the non-stick frying pan approach of space exploration.
How sweet.
And he says so
Absolutely.
there is this way of telling people why space exploration is important. It is called the non-stick frying pan approach, and there is the other way, which is the Carl Sagan way of telling people why it is. So tell us something about Carl Sagan's idea about space exploration, about the audio clip that he has left for people who will first land on Mars. And so he will never, Carl Sagan would never say ki, because we get non-stick frying pan, we should do space. He would not say that. He would say something else. So tell us something about his approach.
I can't throw much of a light on his, valued view onto this. but definitely I can say that the human mentality right now is after their own problems. They are not seeing the problems of whole humanity. They are just seeing with specs with short-eyed people. Like they can only read their own books. They cannot read people's books. So in this manner, when Carl Sagan started making his Cosmos series, that time so many times he said that looking at the past, starting from say Aristophanes, who year probably BC 243 or so, he was so genius at that time that he could measure the circumference of Earth by simply looking at the shadow of a pole. I ask 100 people every time I meet that suppose if you are living somewhere in 100 BC, and if you don't know that whether the earth is flat or spherical, how will you tell me whether the earth is spherical or flat? uh, it's just a jaw dropping and say nothing else. They cannot say anything, right? So whatever you are thinking about astronomy is not something you are not knowing anything. Suppose if you are a fish and you are living in an ocean, and you would always feel बाहर तो कहीं होय कसु, there cannot be anything outside the water. It's the water, that's the word. So definitely whatever thinking pattern that everyone has is so narrowed,
Right.
and you cannot compete with these people because they are in crores, and
Right.
people like us are in hundreds,
Right.
not in thousands, and it is too difficult to fight. Trust me, it's too
Do you
difficult
think,
to.
yeah, do you think, and I'm asking this question because you have worked with kids and you work with people from all walks of life. Do you think this narrow approach is a result of unawareness and
Absolutely.
lack of a very fundamental fascination? Because I remember when I was a kid, and it is like this with every kid. I had an uncle, and at that time we used to have power cuts, which is a very good thing if you are a stargazer.
Yep, yep, yep.
If you have power cuts, no ghanta, if there is no electricity at night,
Then you
you
are
can
happy.
look up, you can look up and you can watch. So in the in my hometown, uncle of mine who's sadly no more, he used to I and him we used to lie down on a cot and look up at the night sky, and he used to tell me this is Ursa Major, this is this. So no kid who will look up to the night sky will there is it's impossible that that person will not be fascinated. That
Absolutely.
kid will be fascinated, but somewhere when they grow up, then they start thinking of space and space exploration as useless. What is your experience about this working with kids?
See, I tell you, like there are two different groups. Number one, where the parents are very intelligent, but the kid is not, because it is not been exposed to that. The other case is kid is very smart, but because the parents are not so intelligent, they would not allow to pursue any such hobby like this. So I come across like so many people now after lockdown, after so many of the shows, people have started messaging me, sir, because of you, I have decided कि my bacha would be now going to ISRO. Essay, there are more than 100 probably messages I must have received. They were absolutely ignorant about what's out there. When I tell them that okay, this small going walking star is ISS, which is approximately one football ground big, and it is there are people living on this since 1990, and they piece like this, and then they have to do exercise every day. They have 16 sunrise and 16 sunset. What means they have to sleep for 16 times, then they have to get up for 16 times. So that's the limit of ignorance. You can imagine what people have in their mind. And in Gujarati, then I used to make them understand, because here in Gujarat, the mindset is absolutely commercial. It's too difficult for them to understand anything that of a science. Very few students here because now it is getting Cosmo. So there is number of students who are from outside Gujarat, and they are influencing Gujarati student to take up this as either their career or their future. But otherwise, still people are so much so ignorant about this. ISRO is here, Space Application Center SAC is here, Physical Research Laboratory PRL is here, IPR Indian Plasma Research is here. But if you go inside and if you see the technical aspect of it, they are all either Punjabi or Bengali or South Indian. And all Gujjus are just having pana pakkad in their hand and just repairing the things that they are asking to repair. I'm not, against anyone or anything. I'm just telling you that this is the mentality. The technical aspect or the higher posts are always not with Gujju people. So, we are more into the business. बस ये दिया तो तूने क्या दिया, ये लिया तो तूने क्या लिया, बस यही चीज चलता रहता है. And I am so fortunate that God has given me this idea of putting astronomy in vernacular language to so many people, and now somehow it is getting popular, and people are like, I have started one club called START, Space Travel at Right Time. In that, there are students from 6th standard to Dadaji of 75 years. So I have a whole, spectrum of people who are right now into astronomy. And everyone is either, commerce graduate, or some are MSc Physics, some are so from 9th standard, some are from, they are, just a parents, and they are curious about what his or her bacha is studying. तो दे आर ऑल्सो नाउ आस्किंग, अच्छा सर, तो मून पे वो जब गया तो उसने क्या ऐसा देखा होगा. तो नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन इज नाउ इमर्जिंग, वंस दे नेवर थॉट अबाउट, अरे ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं, सब शूटिंग था यहाँ पे अमेरिका में, ये सब बकवास है. So from this, now they reach to a level. What I mean is just a small spark, and they can definitely reach to a level where they ask science questions. I have number of teachers training sessions, and trust me, if I prepare 80 to 90 slides for them, every session I remember, every session. Fahad, I'm not, telling you more than necessary, but I never change second slide, because in first slide I used to keep 5 questions. Why the sky is blue? Why the sun looks red when it is at the horizon? Why the moon looks smaller when it goes up there? Like very small fundamental question. Do you agree with me that the sun every day rises exactly from east? So these are the questions they cannot answer. Not against any fraternity, but
Right.
if they are not fundamentally clear. अच्छा, इक्लिप्स क्यों होता है? वो अर्थ का शेडो पड़ता है. अच्छा ठीक है, वेरी गुड. तो फेजिस क्यों होता है? वो भी अर्थ का शेडो पड़ता है ना, इसीलिए वो. अच्छा, दोनों में अर्थ का शेडो ही, मतलब अब उसको सिखाने के लिए आई हैव टू गो फंडामेंटली सो बैकवर्ड कि देन दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड वन क्वेश्चन इन 1 hour. अब मेरा सेशन होता है 1.5 घंटे का. 5 क्वेश्चन कभी आज तक मैंने खत्म नहीं किए अपने कोई भी सेशन में टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग में. ट्रस्ट में 70-80 स्लाइड ऐसी की ऐसी मैं हर वक्त मतलब वापस लाता हूँ विदाउट शोइंग एनीथिंग. नो एस्ट्रोनॉमी, no fascinating things I'm showing them. I'm just telling them, I'm just showing them, mirror what you know.
Right.
But they are happy at the end after 1.5 hours. They are happy that they learned something. So this is the scenario, and I'm trying to change this scenario. Bale, I am a lone soldier, but I am trying.
Yeah, I mean, and then one can think that this ignorance is cyclical. If because these teachers, by no fault of their own, they have also studied in environments where they were never taught this, and then they, with the limitation of their own way of thinking, impart the same kind of knowledge, again not by their own fault. They impart the same kind of knowledge to the students, and the students become adults, and they will elect people who will not think about space exploration. So we have seen that NASA also continues to struggle with budgets. And
Absolutely.
there was the space race, which was also a result
Yeah.
of basically a rivalry with Soviet
And that's all.
Union.
Otherwise, had there not been, USSR and USA fighting, there cannot be a possibility of Neil Armstrong putting his leg.
Right. And we saw as the tensions decreased, the NASA budgets also decreased. And then, which was when humans went to the moon at a time when, the computers were nowhere as powerful as we have here.
Exactly,
And they went to
exactly.
the moon on that computer, but they couldn't
True.
go any further. So they will then, and I think the work that you are doing will help create a generation of people
Yes, 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 yes.
who will grow
And
up
I tell you,
this.
Fahad, there is one student of mine who did his MSc Physics here, and by pushing him, right now he is doing astrophysics in Germany. One more girl here, she was also, part of my Vechala sessions of astronomy, and she was pursuing her MSc Physics. Then she started taking up environmental science, and right now she is doing MSc in environmental science in Germany. One bacha of mine is right now in one of the most advanced observatory in Geneva. He is in Geneva right now. He is working on some atomic particle and the beginning of the universe. There are two bacha right now who are right now, getting their gear up. कि नहीं, now no other business but only astronomy. So there are, students who are taking up astronomy as a serious business, and now they want to pursue their hobby as a career to take them somewhere where no other could dream about.
Right. And I think now that this is happening, but I would say it is a credit to again to the subcontinent, that despite having a lot of trouble with the basic necessities of life, we have people
True,
like Kalpana Chawla who
true,
pursued their dream from a small town in Haryana.
true.
And we have Rana Adhikari
Yeah,
who heads the LIGO and detected the gravitational waves, and then down to Dr. Swati Mohan, and then in fact, the people who worked on Ingenuity helicopter,
absolutely.
Bob Balram,
Yep.
of Indian origin, and ISRO then also comes in first sort of space organization of a country like India. So many congratulations to you for doing this work, and many fans of yours. I am one of those people
Thank
uh,
you.
who you have who not only you update us with everyday information about what is happening. I don't think there is any other place on the internet so close to our native land where one can go and look at what is happening on a daily basis. So many congratulations to you for that, and also for creating this new generation of people for so many years that you have been doing this.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So, once I was only making in Gujarati, but because of the force from Hindi people, I also started
People
some
like me.
Hindi. So I have now started speaking Hindi. Matlab, whatever the daily some things are taking place, so I do in Hindi, because Hindi is as good as Gujarati. Means Gujarati people can understand Hindi very readily.
Yes,
Not
yes,
much of a difference. Very few words. जैसे अगर मैं बोलूँगा बृहस्पति, तो बृहस्पति is different from guru. That's all. But they understand.
right.
So my things are much easier now. And thanks to everyone who is watching this video. That astronomy is, I always say, it's not one subject. If you learn astronomy, then you automatically get into physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, rocketry, engineering, philosophy, what not. Trust me, any subject. Now medical and medicine is also part of it. The geology is also part of it, because you need to learn about different planetary aspects, biology, even now the microbiology, right? So everything that you talk about is part of astronomy. So if you learn astronomy, you're gonna be, at least jack of all.
So just to conclude our discussion, can you tell us of one story where you might have talked with someone who did not know English, and you talked to them in Gujarati, and the response that you might have received from someone who was ignorant until that point? Do you have someone on your mind? Some story?
Many such stories, but okay. There was one incident that I would like to tell about. It's not exactly the Gujarati or English. I was invited by Western Ontario University, Canada last year, 2019. I went there on the same day when there was a 50th anniversary of Neil Armstrong landed on moon. So it was 20th July 20th July 2019. I was there and they wanted to say something, from our land. And when I spoke about the ancient Indian astronomy, trust me, it was all jaw dropping. There were 40 odd astronomers, not amateur astronomers. There were astronomers who were part of that particular session. And I was little afraid because I was an amateur and I never studied astronomy, very frankly. My uh, education is BSc chemistry. I'm not even a physics person. But somehow my inclination for the subject is so deep now that now I can understand so much of physics probably. So when they understood that, oh, so this is Kalp and this is a Brahma's ear and this is, Tatpar. You know what is Tatpar? That is a 1 millionth part of a second. So why this name was given to, any such part? What was the need to give name for certain things? So they were so fascinated by that. So this is something where they just thought that India is, a poor country, and when they came to know the richness of these scriptures that we had, it was something more soothing than anything else. Trust me.
Right, right. So on the note about this rich subcontinent from where so much of knowledge is coming out, and now you are also taking so many people along on the digital
Yep.
space across the state of Gujarat, across the country, and going to other countries as well and speaking there. On that note, I wish you all the best. I'm a huge fan, and I'll be a huge,
Thank you.
always a huge promoter of what
Very
excites
awesome.
me, like it excites you, which is the wonder of looking up in the night sky and looking at the stars and thinking I'm actually looking into the past.
Thank you very much for inviting me and having such a healthy discussion about the past, present, and probable future of us onto Mars. Good
Right.
luck to you and to everyone who is listening to this. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you.